All right, welcome everybody to our November product call. This is Natural Tools for Anxiety. We want to say thanks for being on live with us. If you're catching the recording, hello to you there as well. I would encourage you to have like a pen and paper out or something to take notes on. We're going to move along at a pretty fast pace here. You can use the chat box. We'll work to get questions answered over there as best as we can. And we'll also, if we're sharing recipes or links, be sure to watch for those to be posted in Fierce Oilers after this call as well. All right, so this next 30 minutes is dedicated to what doTERRA oils and products can be used to offer support for anxious feelings, okay? I'm already choking. It's been a long day. So anxious feelings and anxiety disorders are like the most common mental illness in the US, affecting over 40 million adults. And it's very much connected into other health things that we're dealing with as a country right now too. So that could be, sorry guys, it could be depression. It's connected to so many different things. You think about children and teens and the way that they're feeling the things that are going on in this world. At the end of the day, there's stress and anxious feelings for all of us, even if it's just occasionally, and we're all really affected by that. So we've got a great lineup of people. We're going to look at a lot of different ways to offer support for this. And I'm actually going to kick it over to Laura J first, and then we're going to come back to me because I'm going to get a grip on my throat before I keep talking. So Laura J, you take it away with your topic and we'll come back to me.
Okay. So I want to first just preface, I'm gonna like name drop. I'm a licensed clinical professional counselor, and I specialize in working with eating disorders, personality disorders, and anxiety disorders. So this is super familiar to me, along with personally, I struggle with my own anxiety, as I'm sure many of us do. So I'm going to talk to you guys about the adaptive capsules, and hopefully I don't go too all over the place, but really what I wanted to focus on is that they increase your GABA. So what's in a capsule is different than what's in the essential oil blend. There is lavender, coriander, wild orange, fennel, and then psychedelium, GABA, and ahi flower in the capsule. It's recommended that you take one daily. And in the little mini research project that I did, I would recommend taking it in the evening because it can cause sleepiness, the GABA in it. So GABA, G-A-B-A, is a quieting neurotransmitter. And what is a neurotransmitter, you might ask? It's basically messengers in our brain. The nervous system uses them so that like a neuron to neuron transmits a message with a neurotransmitter or to our muscles. GABA also reduces feelings of apprehension and fear by reducing the neuroexcitement. So you can imagine if you're very anxious or overwhelmed or overstimulated, you can imagine all these little things in your brain like firing, just kind of like our thoughts when we get really anxious. At least for me, my thoughts go kind of crazy. So I imagine that all these neurons are like firing. GABA is there to help quiet it. And that's what's in the capsule, one of the things in the capsule. So it can be mood boosting, tension reducing, and a couple other things to consider. According to WebMD, GABA is naturally produced in our bodies, but sometimes we don't have enough. And how you might know you don't have enough is you have anxiety, chronic stress, depression, difficulty concentrating and memory problems, muscle pain and headaches, insomnia, or other sleep problems. Low GABA activity is also associated with substance abuse disorders. And just like wrapping back around to neurotransmitters, other neurotransmitters that might be like key things that you've heard of are dopamine and serotonin. So GABA is really important in our brain. The capsules are vegan, and it's recommended that you take them with food, and the wholesale price of them is $39. And a total, like, very side note, I had a client start to take these, and this is just very anecdotal. And I had that person take a depression inventory before, and they were very high on depression. A month later, the person had dropped by half in their depression scores. So, like, their depression significantly reduced by just taking these capsules. So I highly recommend them. And I'll pass the ball.
Back to me. I'm going to try again. Thank you, Laura. So we're going to get to hear a lot about the adaptive line tonight. It's like a critical piece of this conversation. I'm going to like backtrack really quickly. Thanks for your patience, everybody. I'm the one who's always talking about gut health. And I just really want to touch like the foundational piece of how you support your mood and your mental health and well-being. And I want you to really understand the importance of gut health for like when you're dealing with anxious feelings. So like gut health and anxiety levels are directly linked. So your gut basically rules what's going on in your daily mood. Your gut has more nerve cells than the brain. It has many neurotransmitters that are associated with mood. And that's why it's often referred to as the second brain. That's a more common term these days. To be more specific, it's really the microbiome inside of our large bowel that's so important. And that's the part that's so directly connected. So bottom line, if you're not giving your gut what it needs, the TLC it needs, taking care of it, taking care of inflammation, it can have a huge impact on your emotional well-being. So I want to consider what is, in my opinion, the most foundational doTERRA product for mental health. And you may not think of it this way, but it really is. And it's the Lifelong Vitality Pack. And I just think that like every ailment, every disease has so many roots in gut health and in inflammation. And this product is the best support for it. And the truth is that like every real solution to a health goal we're working on comes like when you're working on the cellular level. Okay. So when you're looking at this pack, you're looking at so many things, not just mood and depression and anxiety, but energy and hormone balance and sleep and pain and inflammation and immune system support and vitality and wellness. Okay. So I just want to take a quick peek at, 1 second. I'm going to help mute this for a second. Okay. I want to take a quick peek at what's inside each different bottle. It's a 3-pack, so you can understand like the significance of each component and what it's offering. Okay, so let's start with the Alpha CRS. Okay, here we are with the Alpha CRS. This is like your cellular vitality. We need your cells to be working well. This is literally packed with nature's most powerful antioxidants, amazing anti-inflammatories, energy cofactors, so many great things. Like synergistic herbs that are going to give you like life and energy to your cells and really create an amazing sense of well-being. The list of ingredients on this is amazing. Frankincense extract, milk thistle, resveratrol, green tea leaf extract, pomegranate fruit extract, pineapple, curcumin from turmeric, grapeseed extract, sesame seed extract, ginkgo leaf, coenzyme Q10, quercetin, so many things in here, okay? So that's so significant. What about XEO omega? These are this is your, your omegas, right? It's an essential oil omega complex. So it's got your marine and land-based omega essential fatty acids. There is a vegan option, and it is in a really unique assimilation with essential oils and fat soluble vitamins. No fishy flavor, no burps. And like the importance of omegas for your brain and what's going on, mood and cognitive function, it's really significant. And they're also very important in decreasing inflammation. And then what's happening in the Microplex VMZ, this is your whole food nutrients, your vitamins and minerals, trace elements, antioxidants. And this is going to give your body like the most beneficial amounts without being too much or too little. There's no fairy dusting. The things that are in there are bioavailable. Your body will use them and they will be utilized and be put to good work. And there's a great tummy tamer blend so that you don't feel yucky after taking it. Okay, so this foundational piece right here, $79.50. It's a total game changer for your health. I say it so many times, Gary and I will not be without it. And remember that you have nothing to lose because doTERRA stands behind this product, right? If you use it for 30 days and you aren't feeling what you want to be feeling, you're going to return your empty bottles and you're going to get your money back. Okay. One last way that doTERRA is so generous with add-ons, and I want to make sure that on the topic of gut health and your mood, I think this is so critical. You can add on products at a discounted rate. And the two that I would make sure you're adding on would be the Terrazyme digestive enzyme and also the PB Assist probiotic. Okay. You honestly won't look back. Okay. Give yourself the gift of decreasing inflammation and taking care of your gut health this holiday season. And your mood and your mental state will be sure to thank you so much for that. Okay. So we're going to step away from the foundational piece there. We're going to go back to the adaptive line. And Wendy's going to talk about the other two products in the adaptive line.
Hey everyone, good to see you guys. So glad. It says my computer tells me there's 66 people on this call. That is amazing. I want to piggyback off of Amy first, and because sometimes it's good to hear from multiple people. My husband and I are huge fans of LLV. We take it every day. In fact, my husband and I actually share a pack. So we cut it in half and we each take half of it for the whole month. So we can tell when we don't take it, not just our mood, but the biggest difference for us has been our energy. So that in itself is worth taking it for. Okay, Laura, thank you for all of your amazing information about the adaptive capsules. I know there's been some information that has been going on in the chat. I know it says that you can take them, or you should take them with food, but just FYI, I take them every night before I go to bed, and it's always on an empty stomach, and I've never had any trouble taking it on an empty stomach. But I do take those capsules every day. And they are also something that I can tell a difference when I don't take them. It maybe isn't the next day, but within a couple of days, I know if I haven't been taking it continuously, because it really does affect my mood. I think it keeps me from being like this and just more like this. Does that make sense? Okay, better to do the hand motions than try to explain that in words. But I am going to continue with the adaptive set, which is the adaptive blend and the adaptive touch. So the adaptive blend has a lot of the same oils that Laura listed in the capsules, but I'm just going to review them again because there are some ones in the blend that are not in the capsules. So it's wild orange, lavender, copaiba, spearmint, magnolia, rosemary, neroli, and sweet gum. So if you have any of those individually, you will know that each one of those smell amazing. So putting it all together, it comes in a 15 milliliter bottle, and it's perfect for diffusing. Perfect for diffusing. So the blend assists in centering yourself. It helps improve your attention span. It eases body and mind with a soothing environment. It is something that I will use consistently. So I have a teenage daughter who is like this all the time. Let me just put it that way. So we diffuse this often. I diffuse it in her room. She doesn't even know. She loves the smell of oils, but she doesn't even know what this one is specifically for. So we diffuse this one a lot, but it really is, I compare it kind of to balance. It's the grounding blend. I feel like this does a very similar thing. It keeps you calm, keeps you kind of in the moment, a little more focused. It's worth diffusing all day, every day. And the blend for a 15 milliliter bottle is $37.50 wholesale. The adaptive touch is $20, and it is the on-the-go version of the oil. So it has the same oils in it, and then it's topped off with fractionated coconut oil. So this is on the go for stressful situations, feeling kind of on edge, feeling anxious in the middle of a situation. And it also provides a calm confidence. I really think that that is key. And here's why. How many of you guys have been, you've been in like a work meeting, a leadership meeting, anything like that, and you are the one that has to present and you're like nervous about it. I have to say all the right things. I have to do all the right things. Okay. Almost all of us have been in that situation. The adaptive touch is specifically for these situations. Okay. Like I said, on the go, it's a 10 milliliter roller. You can immediately roll it on your wrists, the back of your neck, put it on your pulse points, anything to like get it in your olfactory system, your smeller. Woo! Look, they just came off. Have you guys ever seen these? I know I saw a lot of people writing about them. I just popped them off. I talk with my hands way too much. That is what completes the adaptive system. It's the capsules, the blend, the 15 milliliter blend that you can diffuse, and the adaptive touch. So all three of those together, if you use them all together, it is the best way to get the calming going in you. Okay, so you can just take any single one of these one at a time. You can just do the touch if that's easier for you. You can just diffuse. You can just take the capsules, but doing them all together and using the entire set on a consistent basis is what's going to give you the calm confidence that you need. So that is all about the adaptive blend and the adaptive touch. So Amy, sorry, I don't even know who to hand it to next.
You're perfect, right? So foundations, yep, adaptive line, awesome stuff. Now we're going to move on to some other topics, other products even that are really great for support. So Susan, we're going to toss it over to you and she's going to help us with the next one.
I love it, ladies, because first of all, Wendy, you are the coolest with those glasses. But yep, Laura J, I've got my adaptive here. And then I'm going to be talking about right now my Serenity. And then of course, I'm going to hand it off, I believe, to Laura Whip with our copaiba. And so understand what we're talking about now. So Serenity soft gels are, I think of sleep, right? I think of sleep, but I'm gonna transfer that to rest. So rest is really necessary for the body to regenerate itself, right? Without rest, the body is going to alter its normal pattern of behavior. When we sleep, the endocrine system is hard at work, and that is what regulates, you guessed it, hormones, ladies. All right, so hormones are so crucial. First of all, if you're of the exercise mindset, they are crucial for muscle growth. It's great for controlling metabolism, and if so desired, to actually increase fertility as well. And without sleep, the body can't maximize and achieve these things. So like I said, if exercise is your thing, think about how important it is to have strong muscles that repair and regenerate after workouts. I'm really hoping my internet's good. Sorry. The heart is a muscle, and it might be a bit of a stretch to call the brain a muscle, but in certain ways, it kind of works similarly to that of that muscle tissue. And so just like Laura was talking about, when she was talking about GABA, so Serenity soft gels, the restful complex, it has relaxing benefits through something called L-theanine, which basically is something that promotes rest, okay? So it's an amino acid that's often found in like green tea, and one of the things that we know is it's been studied for its calming effects on the nervous system. And so like she was mentioning, we were geeking out a little bit, I love it, the neurotransmitters, glutamate and GABA, both associated with improved mood, calmness, and relaxation. And what I want you to understand about this is the restful period. So if you know about the sleep cycle, it's 5 phases, and only until you get to phase 3 and 4 do you actually get the best and the greatest restoration and where energy is restored. So it's really important that you rest. Basically, your brain is not idling all night long, right? It's like the car's on, but all you're doing is idling. You're not going anywhere, but you're also not getting that rest, and the motor will overheat, so to speak. Why am I talking about cars? I have no idea, because I don't know much about them. But interestingly enough, these soft gels do not even contain Serenity at all. Rather, they contain a combination of lavender, lemon balm, passion flower, and chamomile that again promotes that restful sleep. So it's not something that's actually something that I personally find causing lethargy at all. It's really just about turning my mind off. And so that's why it will tell you on the PIP thing on the website, is that it actually helps to relieve the sleepiness. It promotes a healthy relaxation and reduces stress, because what it's doing is allowing your body to rest. And so that reduces stress, right? So I can kind of go on and on about this. I'm not going to, for sake of time and respect to the other folks, but understand that, like, I know a couple of my friends that are on here actually don't like to smell lavender. They just don't, for whatever reason. And lavender really does help to promote rest. But this is a great way. If you don't want to diffuse lavender, or the men in your world don't like to diffuse lavender, this is something that you can actually it helps to promote it. And I take the three together and I love it. Thanks.
Thanks, Susan. All right, next up is Laura Whip.
Okay, well, like Wendy shared about using the adaptive roller before having some anxiety about speaking in front of a crowd. Well, that was me tonight. So yes, some of us get a little anxious about when we have to talk in front of others, and there's 66 of you on here. Oh my goodness. You also heard her mention that copaiba is one of the oils in the adaptive blend, and I get to talk about copaiba tonight. So copaiba comes from the resin of the copaiba tree in the Amazon rainforest of Brazil. The properties of copaiba are really similar to the properties of cannabis, but without the hallucinogenics. So what makes copaiba work is that it's really high in beta caryophyllene, which is a plant-based cannabinoid that binds to those C2 neuroreceptors that everyone's been talking about tonight. And those are some of your body, which is made up of enzymes and those receptor sites throughout your body. So copaiba actually contains the highest level of beta caryophyllene of all known essential oils. Along with the benefits of supporting many of our body systems, copaiba is a powerful antioxidant, and antioxidants are really good at reducing oxidative stress, which is known to soothe anxious or stressful feelings. So like Laura J., I did a little research in PubMed, and I found articles that report how the use of copaiba reduces stress and anxious feelings. You heard Wendy mention using the copaiba, that she mentioned that too as part of the adaptive blend, and it also reduces any low feelings or sad feelings that you might have. So it's available in, let's see, the 15 milliliter bottle. It's available in a 10 milliliter roller for a convenient way to apply it topically on the go. And it's also available in the soft gels. Now, unlike the adaptive soft gels and the Serenity soft gels, this is actually the copaiba oil in a soft gel form. And someone's going to receive a bottle of the soft gels tonight. Yay. So how do we use copaiba? Well, first, I would recommend using it with your lifelong vitality. Just as Amy said, your gut health really has a large effect on your mental health. So you take one soft gel as needed for mood, stress, anxious feelings. You can put a drop or two in your water or tea. You can apply topically with the roller or the oil on your pulse points, like your neck, your wrist, and over the heart. You could also place 2 drops under the tongue when you're feeling nervous or stressed. And you can add a few drops to your diffuser while you're sleeping at night or while you're working. So here are some great diffuser combinations that I've really tried, and I just love them for the results. 2 drops each of copaiba, vetiver, lavender, and wild orange, and that would be for bedtime. Very calming, very soothing, help you with restful sleep to kind of wind down from a stressful day. You could put 2 drops of each of copaiba and Serenity to create a calm and peaceful environment. And you could put 2 drops each of copaiba and breathe in a diffuser for a calming state of mind, along with having easier breathing. And that's copaiba.
Thank you, Laura Whip. Okay, Sonia, you're up next.
All right, awesome information, you guys. Okay, so I'm going to talk about wild orange tonight. This wild orange actually comes from Sicily, and it's cold pressed from the rind. So the best way to use it, if you have it nearby, just take it out and put a drop into your hand, a drop or 2, and do like a really lovely inhale. And then rub it on the back of your neck and all that kind of stuff. But it smells so much like an orange, right? Like if you ever go down to the southern states where they have the orange groves, like my parents go down to Arizona, and that's just a smell that I remember as a kid, is those orange groves. And this like brings me right back there because it's just so pure of a smell. So that's one way to use it, is topically, just rubbing your hands together. It's like sunshine in a bottle. Even smelling it straight from the bottle is awesome. Just take a couple deep breaths, and you'll like be in a much better mood. You can also add it to your water. Actually, any of the citrus oils, add it to your water. Really helps with your digestion. It goes back to what Amy was saying with gut health. And then aromatically, so running it in your diffuser, if you're at work or in your car, at home, mixing it with a minty oil is also very nice, whether it's peppermint or spearmint. One of my favorite diffuser blends would be wild orange, Siberian, fir, and frankincense. Those 3 combined are super nice. And then you could even add the wild orange with like lavender in your Epsom salts for a bath, which is super helpful. I was just gonna read this quick because wild orange is the oil of abundance. And so like this emotions book here talks about that wild orange addresses a wide variety of emotional issues. It inspires abundance, fosters creativity, supports a positive mood, restores physical energy, and aids in transitions. Like I mentioned with the orange trees, it says fruit trees like orange give freely to all in need. Wild orange teaches individuals to give without the thought of compensation. So it brings you back to that true meaning of abundance. So it's just a really neat meaning behind it, but I think it really can inspire creativity and just a much better mood. So give it a try.
Thank you, Sonia. Emily, you're up next. Okay, hey guys, I am going to be talking about 6 oils, so buckle up. I'm just going to talk about the emotional aromatherapy line. So if you're unfamiliar, I think this is one of like some of the most underrated oils from doTERRA. Like I think they're super, super great. So there's kind of 2 parts to it. Okay, so on the one end, you have console, forgive, and peace. These are going to be your like calming, grounding oils. And on the other end, you have your like mood boosting, uplifting oils. That's motivate, cheer, and passion. Okay, so I'm not going to go into like the nitty gritty of each one just for time's sake, but just a few things on each one. I really love Forgive is one of my favorite blends from doTERRA. I think it smells so beautiful, and I think we always have someone to forgive, especially ourselves. So as we're heading into like holiday season, might be really joyful and fun for some of you. It might be really painful for some of you. Oh, look at this. Look at AIM. Oh, it's gorgeous. So Forgive is a really lovely oil to put on as you're heading into the tough season, maybe tough relationships, whatever. I just think put it over your heart, breathe it in, give yourself a little grace, okay? Console is one of my favorite oils to give as a gift to somebody who has lost a loved one, right? When there's really nothing you can do, you can't like take away their pain, but it's just the console touch specifically is a gift that I think is just a beautiful thing to do and helps them sort of process those like really tough emotions. Peace is like grounding, calming. I work with a birth center in this area, and they're like, peace is their favorite oil to have going there. And so, any calming, grounding oils, those three on the right are what you want to go for. Okay. And then if you want something that's like lift you up, that's going to be the other three. All right. Motivate is like a combination of minty oils and citrus oils. This is really good for like getting up in the morning. I don't want to do this thing, but I have to do it. Maybe you have to speak publicly, right? You get nervous. Roll some on the back of your neck, breathe it in. We're heading into the cold months, but just keep in mind that citrus oil, if you put it on the back of your neck, don't go out into the direct sunlight right after that. Okay. Then cheer, kind of the same thing, right? Like bring the mood of the room up. This is good if like people are grouchy, you can diffuse some in the touch form, or get it in the touch form as well. And passion is another one of my favorite smells. Forgive and passion are my two favorites in this line. Passion, I had a customer once say that she's like very creative and has all these like side businesses where she does cool things. And she was telling me once that she just got passion and was diffusing it, and was like, I was like sitting on the couch being like, I don't really want to do anything. And I started thinking like, oh, I could flip this piece of furniture, and I could do this with this, and I could do this with this. I think it can be really helpful in unlocking those like parts of your brain, like the creative parts of your brain, getting that spark back, and it just smells really nice. Okay, so you can get these individually. You can get them in a line. So all together, for the undiluted ones that you could diffuse for all six, would be $159. They're very strong. So when you're diffusing them, you really only need like 1 or 2 drops. I think they're quite strong. A little bit goes a long way. The touch line, you get all of these for $100. So if you want to like break that up as we're heading into the holiday season, that makes a really great gift for less than $20 a piece. And just a really nice, I don't know, a nice gesture. But if you haven't like gotten into these yet, I highly recommend them. I think the touch ones are so handy to have already done for you. So definitely check those out. Thanks, Em. All right, Melissa, take it home.
Okay, guys, well, what would it be without me talking about something weird? Okay, this is not weird. This is scientifically proven, and I will put a study in the chat box when we put the recording up, and you can read more about it. But taking a 3-minute cold shower each day works as an antidepressive and helps with pain relief. So Hala, I don't know if you ever thought about it. I don't know, Laura. I know Laura Jaramillo was like, this is a real thing. And we listen to the counselor when she says that. So, but I'm just gonna give you a brief little explanation why, and then I'm gonna tell you how to do it. So when you expose yourself to the cold, it activates the sympathetic nervous system. And because of that, it sends like an overwhelming amount of electrical impulses into the peripheral nerve endings to the brain, which results in this antidepressive effect. So your feel good and feel alive neurotransmitters increase after you've been exposed to cold water. And this happens day after day. So I want you to think about this. It's only in the past like 100 years that humans have been able to take hot showers and hot baths on a consistent basis. But prior to that, they only bathe in cold water. And as a result, we have a large number of cold receptors in our skin. And when these are activated, it sends signals to our brain to calm down. Basically, it shocks us, kind of similar to electric shock therapy without the frightening effects that brings. So I'm just going to tell you how to do this. It sounds silly to tell you how to do it, but the ideal way to take a cold shower is to ease into it slowly. You start by just slowly lowering the temperature at the end of your usual shower, and you get the water just cold enough that you start to feel uncomfortable. So allow the water to just run over your back for about 2 to 3 minutes. And then just concentrate on your breathing to decrease the discomfort in your mind. And then try it again the next time you shower, and make the water a little bit colder, and set a goal to last another maybe 30 seconds longer, right, in the colder water. Ideally it would be 3 minutes. There's a person that I've been following says she plays high energy music and chooses a song that lasts about 3 minutes. So she gets to dance in the shower and gets a little exercise as she's listening, but her mind goes to a completely different place And she says, after you've performed this about 7 to 10 times, you'll find that you actually might look forward to turning the water down. So I don't even want to look at the chat because I'm sure that you guys are like abusing me in the chat box. Oh, maybe not. No, nobody's looking. Wendy's laughing. So, but I do have a testimony here really quickly. So the person who I follow is actually a nurse practitioner, and she has her own practice in neurology. And this is her personal testimony. I think this might really help someone. It says, in the past 2 years, this is her talking, this professional nurse practitioner, I did not want to take medication for my anxiety prone thinking patterns. So I decided to take 3-minute daily cold showers and to practice focused mental attention based cognitive behavioral therapy. If you know what that is, put it in the chat box. But research shows that medication plus therapy can help people with anxiety and depression. So she felt that cold showers would be the way to go. She says it's been very exciting to see the incredible improvements that she's personally experienced. She literally used to be a nervous wreck and suffered from constant worry and panic attacks and had to work as a professional in the healthcare field. She said she took care of patients, but it was extremely difficult. She said she felt like a zombie most of the time, and she felt like a fraud for trying to help patients when she couldn't even help herself. So now that she learned about nutrition, plant medicine, essential oils, she was so much better, but still some really small things could throw her off and make her lose like a half a day to just a complete breakdown of anxiety. So after 6 weeks of taking a cold shower each day, and faithfully doing her focused mental attention, she felt like a totally different person. She said it was just amazing. She said she remembered the first day she felt invincible. She tried to like subject her to things that would normally send her off down that rabbit trail. And it was amazing. She pairs those cold showers and her essential oils. She really likes the diffuse adaptive oil. She says she diffuses it most of the day. She uses the adaptive roller every few hours as needed. And she takes adaptive capsules when she's experiencing or expecting to experience a more intense stress day. So I just thought that was something that might bless somebody on this call.
Wow, I don't know what I think, but that's very interesting. Okay, so I thought that was a really amazing lineup. I think you guys should tell us in the chat box if you're going to take a cold shower or not. Okay, no, maybe like which product you're most excited to try or use.
Hashtag cold shower.
Hashtag cold shower. So I fully realize we're heading into the holiday season, and it can be a really like emotionally heightened time for so many reasons. And I just would say, like, imagine if you picked just like 1 or 2 of these things and like for the next 2 months committed to it, like started off your new year, like launched yourself into 2022 with like a fresh new routine and a fresh outlook on life. Like with your anxious feelings under control, your mood uplifted, imagine what that would feel like and what we're really like. I hope you can hear in the testimonies. And I know that we like in 30 minutes, we can't go into the science, but this is a valid way to go about taking care of the way that you're feeling and your mood. Okay. So get what you need, set up your routine. If you need help, ask one of us. Okay. And get after it. You have nothing to lose on this. We're going to turn over to raffles in just a minute, but there's a couple important things you need to know. First up, it's BOGO week. Did you know that copaiba is in the BOGO box? Did you know that adaptive touch comes free with the BOGO box? We talked about those. Okay. So be getting your daily text from one of us, be watching in Fierce Oilers, be paying attention. That BOGO box goes live. I can't wait to get my hands on it. 191 in savings, 171. It's a great savings. It's a great thing. Okay. Second, let's get ready for our December call. It's called Diffusing for Days. It's on December 13th. It's going to be really fun, right? Once a month, we're here. We're here for you, 30 minutes to help support you and care for you and provide great education and community. Okay. So the registration link is going in the chat box for that right now. And who knows what we do on Saturday mornings? We do Facebook Lives and Fierce Oilers on Saturday mornings. That's what we do. That's our continuing education. Different topic, 10 different topics. We rotate through different leaders you're hearing from. Okay, turn your notifications on, pay attention to that. If you want to see what's coming up, check the link in the chat box. Laura and Lindsay, I'll give you a spoiler alert, are coming up this Saturday with essential skincare. Okay, I think we're ready for you to share your screen for the giveaway, Mom. And while you do that, I'm going to explain the rules. We cannot police that everyone is on this wheel is actually on here live. Okay. It's not possible. So if your name is chosen and you win, you have to get your address to Melissa Werner. I repeat, Melissa Werner. If you do
Yes,
not,
to me.
if you do not, then we will assume that you weren't on and your prize will go to somebody else. Okay.
Like right away, like tonight, right away. Thanks. All right, are we ready to roll?
Okay. First up, we are going to do, start with the pink pepper.
All right. So many names. I'm kind of dizzy. Nikki Kibble. Congratulations.
All right. Next up is Neroli Touch.
This is one of my favorites. I love this for anxiety. Dana Allen.
Then Peppermint.
Yeah. Barb Anderson.
The Adaptive Roller.
Amy Leskow. Congratulations.
Clementine.
Put that in your water and feel happy all day. Huh?
It's a new phrase.
Rachel Hagan.
And the Copaiba soft gels.
I'm not sure who Tanya is. I'm going to need more information, but Tanya. Congratulations.
Oh, so great. All right, everyone. We'll see you next month. Thank you for being on. Let's go have fun for Boga Week over in Fierce Oilers. All right.
See ya.
Bye, everybody.